Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that takes your sources, digs in, and pulls out the key insights. And today, we're starting with something, well, something pretty unsettling. What if your identity wasn't just you, but like everything you owned, every step you took, even what you thought? Imagine your whole life, every breath, logged and given a score. That's the world we're stepping into with the blockchain cities, Akeem's escape and rebellion. It's this really vivid, kind of scary picture of total control, but also, amazingly, one person fighting back. So, our mission today, let's unpack this story. Look at what a society like that really means and, understand the resistance in Akeem Hollywood Walker's journey. But first, the blockchain cities. That name itself is kind of provocative, isn't it? Usually you hear blockchain, you think freedom, decentralization maybe. How does it flip here to become this ultimate tool for control?
Yeah, that's a really critical point because the story suggests this terrifying flip, Instead of a transparent shared ledger for trust, picture a centralized blockchain, all-knowing, unchangeable, controlled by the city's AI, every single rating, every permissioned move, even those taxed thoughts. They're not just tracked, they're burned onto this permanent record.
Wow. So inescapable.
Exactly. It creates this undeniable digital history of you. Makes dissent or even just being different impossible to hide. It's not just data gathering. It's like the system forges your identity and you can't argue with it.
Okay, so it's the classic story. The tool itself isn't good or bad, it's how it's used. And here, it's weaponized.
Right.
So the story drops us into the cities, Grid Sector 7 specifically. This is where Akeem Hollywood Walker lived. What was this place like? What made it so uniquely terrifying?
Well, what really grabs you is how it redefines being human. The core idea, like you said, identity was currency, movement was permissioned. It goes way beyond just watching people. Your basic worth as a person.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
Placed by this score, this rating that goes up and down based on, well, everything.
So life becomes this constant performance review just to exist.
Kind of, yeah. Every breath, every choice, even your thoughts, they become assets or liabilities for the state. Taxable, quantifiable. It just chips away at the idea that people have inherent value, You're just a data point.
And Akeem's situation really hammers that home. He lives in a pod, not even an apartment. 8 feet wide, 6 feet high, no windows, just screens. I mean, that's not just small living. That feels deliberate, right? What's the psychology?
Oh, absolutely deliberate. The pod isn't just shelter. It's part of the control system. Maximize isolation, minimize personal space, make privacy impossible. And no windows. That means no connection to anything real outside, just screens feeding you the official reality.
A sensory deprivation chamber, almost.
Exactly. It funnels everything through the system, makes you dependent. It's like being physically trapped by the digital world.
And that daily grind. It just cements the feeling. Every morning, good morning, Citizen Akeem. Your compliance rating is 92.3%. Please improve. It's not a helpful tip. It's this constant weight, this demand. You can almost feel it watching you.
It's more than just a score. It's like engineered anxiety. The system isn't just watching. It's actively shaping you by making compliance the price of staying functional, right? And that chant, compliance is freedom, compliance is freedom.
Yeah.
That's not just empty words.
No, it's insidious.
It's trying to twist reality, make you believe control is freedom, so you start policing yourself. It's how language gets weaponized, really.
What really got me, though, was how the control went beyond the physical, beyond the routine, right into thinking itself. Akeem works in a data mine.
Right, but not like a real mine.
No, inside a virtual construct. And this part. His labor fed the algorithms. His thoughts were taxed. That's more than just work, isn't it? What does that say about how deep the control goes?
It's not just about stopping you from saying things. It's about making your actual thoughts, your consciousness, into a commodity or a problem. So even disagreeing in your head becomes a liability before you even act.
Wow.
And his work, it wasn't building anything useful for people. It was literally feeding the machine that controlled him.
Right.
And taxing thoughts that suggests your inner life isn't even yours. It's just more data for the system to manage or penalize. The most private part of you becomes public property.
Chilling. And if that wasn't enough, the ultimate penalty for not complying, social deletion. Akeem sees neighbors vanish, one by one, replaced by silence. And his words, they didn't die, they were deleted.
Just deleted.
It's profoundly disturbing. What kind of power structure allows that? Is it all automated, or is there someone somewhere making that call?
Well, if you tie it back to that blockchain idea, deletion is the final word from that unchangeable ledger. It's not jail. It's not exile. It's like an algorithmic unpersoning. You're erased from records, from memory. Poof. like you never were.
No appeal, no trace.
Exactly. Yeah. Suggests a power that's absolute, probably automated at the end. It really makes you think about how fragile existence becomes when it's purely digital, when the state literally controls whether you even have a past or future.
A stark reminder, yeah. When your identity is totally outside yourself, managed by a system. But Akeem, he doesn't just take it. There's a shift. How does he start resisting? In a system built to make you forget you're even human.
Well, his first move isn't physical. It's inside his head, his heart. He starts to question, to archive things,
Yeah.
to remember. In a world designed to erase the past, designed to erase individuality, just choosing to remember, hold on to what was real before. That's the first rebellion.
Foundation.
Yeah. By choosing to remember, seeking out the truths the system buries, he starts taking back his own mind, his own self.
And how he does it is fascinating. He builds a hidden node offline, analog, sovereign. This isn't just hiding out, is it? It's like a statement against the digital control, against that blockchain.
Totally. It's a complete countermove, a physical screw you to the system. It's off-grid, untraceable, untaxable. It's a safe place for truth that doesn't exist on their ledger. It holds things, maps, seeds, weapons, stories that are real, physical, outside the digital control.
It's valuing the unquantifiable.
Exactly. The unlogged, the uncontrolled. In a world obsessed with data, it shows the human need for something real, something you can touch.
And what's in the node?
Yeah.
So symbolic. Maps, seeds, weapons, stories.
Mm-hmm.
Each one feels like a direct answer to the city's control, doesn't it?
It really does. Maps. That's knowing the world outside their permissions. Seeds. That's life, sustenance, a future they don't control, self-sufficiency.
Weapons for defense, basic survival.
Right, and stories. That's preserving who people are, their history, the very thing the system wants to erase by taxing thoughts and deleting people. It's like a survival kit for reclaiming yourself and your community.
But of course, in a system that watchful, you can't hide forever. It finds him, flagged him, marked him as a threat.
Yeah, the detection. It shows how powerful the system is. But it also shows Akeem's incredible courage. Right. He knew the danger.
And he did it anyway.
Yeah. And his escape.
Wow.
Through the waste tunnels. It's so visceral, so primal. Back to basics. Completely different from the clean, controlled world he left.
He gets out with just a backpack and a memory, which leads to that amazing line from him. I wasn't running, I was returning. Okay, so returning, what's that about? What's he returning to, do you think, for us listening? What does that say about us?
It really digs into what freedom and identity mean, doesn't it? He's not just escaping jail, basically. He's going back to something more fundamental, more human, reclaiming himself, his connection to a past, a culture, a future the city's tried to just wipe out.
So it asks you, the listener, what parts of yourself, what parts of being human would you fight to keep if some system trying to take them away?
Exactly. It's about returning to real existence outside the approved boxes of permission, movement, and tax thoughts. It's that core human drive for your own life, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. So the story moves on. He escapes, finds this sanctuary, and his role totally changes. He's not just running anymore. What's he doing now? What's his new mission?
He teaches. He teaches the others in the sanctuary. And not just, how to survive outside the walls.
But then?
How to remember. And that highlights this incredible power of sharing knowledge, sharing history, using memory itself as a weapon against a system that wants everyone isolated and forgetful.
He's rebuilding community based on truth.
Exactly. The very things the cities erase. He's basically re-educating people on how to be human, how to be free again.
And his methods. They're so deliberately non-digital. He draws the cities in charcoal, teaches the villagers their architecture, their weaknesses, their blind spots. It's not just art class. It's tactical. Turning information into power.
It's a great contrast, isn't it? This hyper-digital total control system being analyzed with charcoal sketches and spoken stories. That analog way of sharing knowledge. It's resilient, hard to track, personal. You can't just delete it off a server or tax it. And by teaching the weaknesses, the blind spots, he's giving people the tools to understand the enemy, to think for themselves, to actually plan resistance, not just hide. He's showing them the cracks in the system.
Okay, so tonight the story says he burns another map. But he says not to forget, but to signal. What's that about? Burning a map to signal.
It's this act of pure defiance, but also hope. The signal isn't just smoke. It's a message, a challenge. It says, we're still here. We remember. We're resisting. It implies the resistance isn't just him. It's growing, maybe connecting, even if it's through things like fire and memory, not tech.
A beacon.
Right. Burning the map broadcasts their existence, their readiness. It challenges the city's whole story of having won, of having total control. It's an invitation, really, for others to remember, to join.
And then he says those final words. They will come. They always do. But this time, we are ready. It leaves you with chills, but also hope. What's the lasting message here, do you think? About resilience.
Well, what's so powerful, I think, is just that core human drive to resist being crushed, to protect memory, to fight for the right, just to be outside some system's definition. Akeem's whole journey shows that even when things seem hopeless, that spark, fueled by memory, by real connection, by refusing to be just a number, it can light a fire.
Yeah.
It reminds you that your personal history, the stories we share, our own private thoughts, those are powerful, really powerful tools against anything trying to control or diminish us. It's that fundamental need to be free to decide for yourself that just keeps finding a way.
So we've walked through the blockchain cities, this world where your identity is literally currency, where you need permission to move, where your thoughts are commodities,
Yeah.
all built on this twisted version of blockchain. We followed Akeem from being just another citizen to a rebel, an escapee, and now a teacher, carrying that flame of memory and resistance. But this deep dive, it's not just about this fictional story, right? It really pushes you to think about that line between convenience and control in our world, which is getting more digital every day. I mean, what does it mean when your online identity becomes currency? Every click, like building a profile that decides what you see, what loans you get, maybe even what jobs,
Hmm.
how much of your own movement, your data is already permissioned, logged, used by the apps and systems all around us, and how much of that record is effectively permanent.
It's a sobering thought.
It is. So think about Akeem's hidden node, offline, analog, sovereign, filled with those essentials, maps, seeds, weapons, stories. In our world, constantly asking for data, tracking interactions. What would your hidden node hold? What personal maps of who you really are? What seeds for your future? What weapons of critical thought? And what stories matter most to you? What would you protect if a system trying to quantify your thoughts or erase dissent? It's a strong thing to consider. What do you truly value when your existence starts getting measured?